Oh my god, I just uploaded this entire video to YouTube and I realized I said that our Tuesday office hours were at 11 a.m. instead of 1 p.m. So throughout this video, I'm not re-recording the whole video. I'm just saying I mentioned the office hours a few times. I say it's at 11 a.m. on Tuesday. It is at 1 p.m. Tuesday. 1 p.m. I'll post the flyer and the announcements channel in a second, but I'm just clarifying that right now. 1 p.m. Thank you.
Hey guys, this video is going to be long because I haven't made one in forever and all this crazy stuff is happening now. I'm going to try to timestamp it the way I've seen like other YouTube videos do it, where it's like chapters, you can just kind of skip to the part you want. I'm going to try it. I've never done that before, but I think it should be easy enough. Going to cover the Terra issue, which is fixed. Woo! Everyone was so mad about that, so I'm really excited to say that it's fixed. They got their funds back, and we're in discussion now about further compensation for them and the time that they couldn't access all their assets. If you want to become part of that conversation, just stay tuned. I'm going to cover that when I go over the proposals in this video. So yeah, you can hop in there. Also, we're going to talk about the front end issues. That sucks. Okay, so people are upset about that. Jazzy addressed the community with one of his voice memos. I'm going to clip that in here too, so you can check the timestamps for that. Also, I'm going to share some information I have from the front end team, and and so hopefully everything will be fixed soon. We're also going to cover the pmtp conversation. I know several of you missed that I had some technical difficulties with in terms of the recording. I'm going to post what I have. But if you still have questions or need some clarity on things after, please come to the office hours that me and Abra are going to be hosting every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's going to be at the top of the channel list because it is going to be in Discord stage. We might be changing the name from office hours to something else, but it's going to be on Tuesdays. You can't miss it. Abra knows everything. So if you come in there with any questions about PMTP or anything else, you're going to be taken care of 100%. It's not just going to be me. Don't worry. Let's see. Other than that, I'm going to cover some stuff that's happening on our Discord, like the faucet situation, which is now going to require some community help in order for us to have a faucet at this point and not get burglarized. We're going to have to verify faucet transactions, and I'll go over that more. The phone bot, which is really fun. I'll show you guys how to use that. The tipping bot, which no one uses yet, but is really cool, that Ducky made, and then some new channels and stuff. They're just fun stuff. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy.
Hey, so one thing I didn't mention in the intro that I'm actually going to briefly discuss is a lot of the conversation happening over at Juno. It's not directly involving sifchain, but it brings up a lot of bigger questions. Sorry, it brings up a lot of bigger questions that go, beyond even the Cosmos ecosystem. Like, what's the role of a DAO? Or should they protect the community and the community investments in their bags? Or should it protect the fundamental principles of cryptocurrency? Also, does a DAO decision set some sort of principle for future decisions? These are all things to think about while we watch this kind of unfold, right? So most of us are familiar with Proposal 16, which did pass, and there's this more kind of refined version of it now that they are pushing. Well, some of the community members are pushing, but there is a divide. This one actually says instead of the 50K Juno per entity, which they were going to give all of these wallet addresses that this one quote-unquote entity controls, they don't think that the whale, which is they call it CCN, deserves anything. This is so no money. They don't get any money or any Juno. The reason for this is because they were completely ineligible for the airdrop according to this proposal, because they are by definition a virtual currency exchange service. I'm trying not to inject too much of my personal opinion in this, but since 2016, when I started messing with crypto, I have made so many mistakes and sent money away and snap your fingers, it's gone, right? the nature of the beast. It's like you want total agency over your finances. That's the risk you're going to take. And I didn't like have an 800 number to call. I didn't get a refund. I think that this is tricky. That's all I'll say. Anyways, so if you want to follow this conversation, go to our drama channel on Discord. It's a new channel, and I'm going to follow this pretty closely. There's a lot of good links to the Twitter conversations that are going on as well. There's conversations between founders of Juno, like Jack and this Wolf contract guy, just kind of openly arguing about it, which some of the community's upset about, but I'm kind of on the fence. I don't think it makes the Juno project look unprofessional like some people think. I think it just kind of brings to light the kind of important differences in opinions that can arise when you're trying to manage a DAO. And like, honestly, DAOs are so experimental still, I guess, in check. You know, like, we just started ours, and like, we've already learned from mistakes we've made. So it's just kind of interesting to watch it all unfold. If you want to go on Discord and get some good content as well about this, obviously I'm not going to be linking the conversations from their Discord. That's not even something I could do. So outside of the Twitter and Commonwealth links I'll give, go over to their Discord and check out the channel Juno Whale Discussion. It's kind of wrapped up in there and moved over to Twitter, but most of the people have the same username, so it's pretty easy to follow. Also, the governance channel, under the Commonwealth channel is good too. The conversation's always moving in here about it, and you'll see some familiar faces. Like, look, there's Todd. He says it's a gift. You can't take back a gift. Or yeah, what did he say? You can't withdraw a gift. There's not a country that does not have a consumer protection law specifically dealing with this exact scenario. Okay, and you'll also see down here we got Dreamcatcher. I don't agree with Dreamcatcher here, but it doesn't matter. It's all interesting stuff. And, you know, the next portion of this video, I'll be discussing the proposals that we're dealing with right now and discussions we're having about them. And so it is good to watch things like this because, I mean, this could fork. This is a big deal. This is there's a big divide internally and in the community. Though I will say, especially in general on Juno, if you go to general chat, it's pretty overwhelmingly in support of this proposal. I mean, some people would just outright say, like, 100% get behind it in every way, shape, and form. And then there's some people who kind of like tacitly support it. So all good stuff. And I won't spend too long on this because it's not about sifchain, but it's definitely worth checking out, guys. Remember, the drama channel will give you all the links to this ongoing story. Hey guys, as promised, I'm going to cover sifchain's proposals now that are in the works. So you can go down to the Commonwealth channel and just click on one of these links and it will take you to our Commonwealth discussion page. So here you'll find all of the proposals that are currently either on chain or just being discussed. Let's see here. We have passed the Humming bot proposal, which is exciting. That is the arbitrage bot, and I think it should be like working, operable in sometime in the summer, but don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure you can find the whole proposal on Commonwealth though. Let's see what else. On chain now we have the pmtp council. That's pretty cool. If you're interested in pmtp or find yourself just curious about it, watch the rest of this video. We're going to discuss it. But yeah, if it's something that interests you, head over to Abra's channel called PMTP Council Election. He has an application there. You can apply to be on this DAO council, and yeah, should be pretty cool. Let's see, what else do we have going on? Discussion period is still happening for a Citadel integration, and the Terra compensation, that's still in discussion period. Now, not too many people have begun really discussing the Terra thing yet in the comment section, but it's a pretty important issue as their stuck assets were there for months. So you head over here, and if you have an opinion on it, share it, please. Also, things that will be on chain soon are Rowan tokenomics upgrade. So pretty self-explanatory. We're just going to kind of revamp the tokenomics documentation, I suppose. And Liquidity. Liquidity. Pending feedback on possibility to list LUSD and arrangement of a wallet to control these funds. So if you want to get more information about this one, some people have chimed in and this conversation is going a little bit, and it is kind of interesting. Some people don't like that Liquidity has no governance. This is a good one to read. A couple different opinions here. So all of this is available on Commonwealth, so head over, check it out, and remember you can also access it all on Discord, and the PMTP Council is under governance as well. Hey guys, I'm gonna play Jazeer's portion of the PMTP discussion we had at the town hall last week. I'm sorry I don't have it in its entirety. I always mess something up when I try recording things, I swear to God. So you might still be left with some questions, or you need some clarity after you hear this. Please, I encourage you to come to the office hours, Tuesday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Abra is there. He's a great resource for any information you need on PMTP. So don't be shy. Come to the office hours. And again, I'm sorry that this is not most of the town hall. It is just small portions of it, and it sucks. But definitely come to office hours if you need some more info.
So essentially, protocol monetary trade policy is half monetary policy and half trade policy. It is something where we use, like normally what you do as monetary policy is you influence the supply of money, inflation. That's what everyone's really familiar with in crypto. And you can also have influence short-term interest rates for short-term borrowing. And so this is often used by central banks, where other banks will borrow from central banks or borrow from each other. But they have some sort of minimum rate that they can be charged, which is based on like a rate that the Fed sets essentially. And so when you hear this commentary about the Fed increasing interest rates, those are short-term or long-term borrowing rates. And it kind of increases the cost of money, if that makes sense. So that's what they use as monetary policy to support an economy. Trade policy is different. It's where you trade different goods in a sovereign domain. So, you have a bunch of wheat, and you feel like people really need their wheat, so you lower the price of wheat. You set a policy that wheat has to be traded for a certain amount of money. Or you say, hey, I want to add a tariff. These cars, I need to have an extra $5,000 attached to them, that kind of thing. We're basically combining the two. We're using we're influencing exchange rates to influence currency-wide purchasing power, which is kind of like monetary policy. How that works in terms of the math is we have this math, which you guys have probably already seen, a lot of you have already seen, where we increase this exponent, this weight. If you're interested in the math, there's probably another recording of me. Actually, there definitely is another recording of me talking through this. I'll share that to you. But something that's newer that you might not have seen is we decided to streamline the concept. So with this original sheet one, we basically had a target weight, and then we just increased that weight by the same amount each time. So you can see in the formula here, we add 0.2 divided by 8 to the previous cell. And what we found is that actually causes differences in the increase in purchasing power. So in an extreme example, you might see something like small increases in the beginning, very large increases towards the end. And so instead, we have this new alternative structure where you actually have the same increase on a per epoch basis. So if governance said we just want 2% per day for an increase in purchasing power in Rowan, then you can do that. And the weights are still interesting, but they're not as relevant. So you streamlined it. Now the UX is basically, you set this rate for the epoch, the increase per epoch. You also set the start and the end block, and then you end up with a set of increases, which will be not the same increases on a per day basis for weights, but will still lead to an increase in purchasing power. And let me double click on this concept of purchasing power increase. So here we show a guy swapping 4,000 Rowan in a pool with 1 million depth for Rowan and the other token, and he's getting 39,668 sorry, 3,968 Y tokens. But as the purchasing power increases take effect, then they're getting increasing amounts, right? After like 10 epochs, it's now, or 9 epochs, it's now 4,649 nine tokens. So
Okay, so the UI issues I know are causing a lot of concern for the community, obviously, as they should be. And I just want to let you know we have onboarded new front end staff. The engineers are real confident that these will be fixed soon. And there's just been a little bit of like a SIF core team shuffle in the front end. And I know it's annoying and it doesn't look well, but it's a huge priority for us right now to fix. And I'm going to play Jazir's voice and video memo to the community about this issue. So without further ado.
Okay, so I want to do a quick video here to discuss some of these UI issues. We do take these pretty seriously, hence the frequent comms from the people in on our team on it. And essentially, we just had a confluence of like unfortunate things happen around the same time. The biggest issue that a lot of people are seeing, where like pages just don't load, is due to memory constraints in the server that is used for the rewards. Right now, the rewards sort of that we distribute for SIF's expansion are distributed through this really clunky process that we've mentioned many times just wasn't built to last, and it's consistently caused problems. We've sort of added more memory or storage space every single time we've upgraded it, and it's just really not good. It's technical debt. It's something we've wanted to kind of move away from for a very long time, and things unfortunately just get like exponentially worse right around the time we were going to change that structure. We expect to swap this out entirely, so just deprecate the service that we've been using for the past several months for SIF's expansion and SIF's harvest and other liquidity mining programs. We expect to just deprecate that in about a week. Don't quote us on the exact time, but that's sort of the estimate that we've gotten there. So it could take a bit longer, but something around there. And it was going to have to go either way because of the new rewards program, SIF's Ascension, which works entirely on chain and just has a much simpler form of calculation that doesn't require anywhere near as much memory and is way less at risk of causing problems like the ones we're seeing. But right now, pretty much every page load that we have engages this older service in some way. And so it's just been causing like dramatic slowdown. So that should be swapped out, and that should address a lot of the issues that we're seeing where pages don't load or they take a very long time to load. Then there's another issue that we have, which is around sifchain.js. Sifchain.js is this service that essentially allows you to just arbitrarily play with the front end to get whatever data that you need. You can build your own front end, you can build aggregators, you can do all sorts of different things with it. And if we wanted to use that instead of having a bunch of sort of disparate endpoints. We had that tested substantially. We have an external QA service that works with a lot of really major companies. I use them a lot for like pretty extensive projects with Google and similar product companies like them. So they really do know what they're doing. However, it seems like the surface area for sifchain and all of the complexities that and sort of niche use cases that can arise have like led to them things slipping past them. They throw something like 9 to 12 different people to test on different front ends, different browsers, different operating systems, and so on with different use cases like different wallets. They test hardware wallets and things like that. So there's a lot that they can provide. And they did 2 rounds of testing for sifchain.js, but they just apparently have not caught everything. And that's understandable as well. I feel like getting additional people to test or assuming that when a feature comes out, it may still need some review even after it's gone through their QA is perfectly reasonable. I've seen a few people reach out and say, hey, I'd love to help you guys QA some of the features as you roll them out, which is pretty reasonable as well. So we're hoping to see improvements there, but our front end team has been squashing issues with that as they've come up. So if you're familiar, say, with engineering, you might know that there's some issues that just leak out that you can't really see them unless they actually come out after you've implemented the entire system, because trying to plan for them in advance just doesn't work for whatever reason. And yet they can be very simple to fix because you've done so much upfront planning, and that's kind of where we are. We've been squashing a lot of those issues left and right, and at the same time, we don't know, if there are other issues that may pop up. But the bigger issue, it seems to me, has been this rewards service, which just has started to become a massive memory hog and will slow a bunch of other things down or make the pages unloadable. That's a bit of a simplification, but it should kind of give you a sense for what we expect. I think if just on the pure sifchain .js stuff, it seems like a lot of those issues are not really what's causing the complete lack of usability for certain pages on the website, but they are issues that are causing things like console errors, and they may lead to other problems or minor concerns in the UI. And so we do think that that's important, but the replacing that reward server will give us a huge bang for our buck to go back to normalcy. I think that since the past maybe year or so of work has been done and we've gotten feedback on it, we've taken UX a lot more seriously, and we can all kind of agree that the front end may have had minor console issues or there have been calls to polish it in different ways, but the usability that we're seeing right now is not something that was sort of emblematic of sifchain. It's a relatively new problem that unfortunately just came due to the confluence of these two issues, as I mentioned. But we do take it pretty seriously and have moved beyond this attitude to just kind of ship arbitrary things and see what happens. That said, I do want to be clear, because I've gotten a lot of people say, hey, why work on really advanced features like pmtp or margin or on EVM when the basics of usability are not resolved? And sifchain has 30 engineers, but only 2 are front-end engineers, and one of those 2 just joined very recently. So they're still kind of coming up to speed with things. And so that's tough. There's always going to be this imbalance to that. And we're hiring more. So, if we see any good talented front-end engineers, we'd love to, put them through a loop. But the bigger issue, I think, is getting more distributed work on these front ends. So, we want to set up a board, essentially like a bounty board, where people can tackle different things. There's stuff like the XDFi wallet integration that we'd love to see, obviously supporting just new front ends posting in general. But then if you see issues like this, and you feel like you can send a PR to solve it, we would love for you to do that and get some reward as well. So we expect that crowdsourcing a lot of these improvements should help us pretty rapidly. All in all, I just want to be we do really take this seriously. I wish we could solve it instantly, because we do have a whole bunch of great features coming out that we want to support. It's not a case of just stop work on other features to just focus on this. I think from an executive perspective and an engineering leadership perspective, we've definitely focused a lot on this, and also the front-end engineers are now focused more on resolving these issues, and have put away integration work for some of these bigger crypto economic features or cross-chain features. They put that aside, but we still do have a bunch of other engineers who are still making progress on that, so we will still have updates for it. I hope this is helpful, just keep a cool head. We'll fix it, we'll address it, but we always appreciate the feedback. I think getting constant reminders of what thin room we have to improve is a sign that we have a really engaged community, which we like. So, we'll address these things and then go farther from there. Cheers.
Okay, real quick now, I'm just going to go over some cool things happening in the server. You might have noticed there is a new channel called Phone Booth. It's great. If you're ever in general chat, let's take a look at this. Here we are in general chat. You will see a little notice that says Osmosis is calling. You can accept their call in Phone Booth. Head over to Phone Booth, just click the link and type the word answer in. You don't even have to use a / command for that. Just type answer. And now you are connected to the Osmosis server. The entire server from Osmosis and our entire server, or not entire server, I should say, the entire channel. The entire Osmosis channel is connected with our entire Phone Booth channel now, okay? So it's just a cool way to connect with other projects on Cosmos. If you want to know who you can call yourself, just do / command phone book. Once you type that in, jump to present. Once you type that in, it will give you this phone book. These are the people you can call, like Secret, Region, IXO, Osmosis, Chihuahua. There's a bunch, and it's growing and it's getting bigger. And if you have questions or you just want to goof around. Like, it's a really fun way to just interact with other projects, other servers and communities. So try it out, and make sure if you see a notification in general chat that someone's calling, go answer it, okay? Let's also take a look at, and I hope it's up and running right now, the casino. It's Beta Casino channel. It's so much more than just a casino, though. What Ducky has created here is a way to interact with your Kepler wallet via Discord. So we can tip each other. We can have our little like Kepler wallets right here on Discord. You just type in slash. This is all slash commands as well. So this is going to be the icon for it. If you want to set it up, you just type in get started. It will give you a wallet address. That is your Discord wallet address. You can send it. It doesn't connect to your Kepler. It's 100% safe. You can send it like 50 Rowan, right? Like from your Kepler wallet. And now you have a 50 Rowan balance right here on Discord where you can tip people without any fees. And you can like make little bets and stuff. And Ducky's actually set up a bunch of games that you can even play with it. It's real cool. He has added 2 new assets as well. I believe he added Secret and Atom. But I think maybe Rowan still is just the only one you can currently use with it. But those 2 are about to drop. It's awesome. Nick, can I play craps here? So that's fun. Keep your eye on that. Let's see, anything else I have to mention? Did I change anything else here? Okay, so the faucet bot is what I forgot to mention. Right now, the faucet bot was just updated, so it's a little hit or miss. And I'm gonna fix it all up. It'll be fine soon. But I think it's working now. We'll see. There's a couple of things we got to change, but basically, if you see a new, like a new comment in the faucet room, if the faucet room, font goes all bold, go in there. If you have a role above verified, which is called like faucet verifier or something, that just is going to go to anyone who chats. That role's, I'm going to give it to pretty much anyone. Anyone who's not a robot gets that role, okay? Go in here, and you're going to see that 2 new buttons will appear. One of them will say approve, one of them will say not approve, okay? All you need to do is just click approve, like every time. Like, unless the name is something all crazy gibberish looking and you're getting like a ton of requests all at once, just approve them all. This is like the only way we could think of to keep the bot out, because the person who's been robbing our faucet, it's crazy. Like, they make a new wallet address and a new Discord account for 1 Rowan every time. It's insane. So we even added a CAPTCHA and we couldn't stop them. So this is kind of like last resort. It's like what we had to do to make this, just like make them not rob us every night. It's crazy. So hopefully it works out, and I really will have to kind of depend on you guys and like lean on the community to help me approve these faucet transactions, so just keep your eye on it if you can. We have enough helpful people, and we have just enough people in general in here that I don't think it should be an issue, and no one should have to wait a long time to get their faucet transaction approved, but we'll see how it works. It's, it's still kind of an experiment. All right, cool. Other than that, I think we are good. All right, thank you for watching this video. It was a long one, and I will talk to you guys on Discord. Bye.